It's impossible to manage a business without a budget, let alone if you are still a small business. Some small businesses, many of them have nothing left to pay themselves, yet they are making thousands or even millions of sales. Why so? Because the expenses aren't budgeted for, and they usually run at a steep operating loss. By simply creating a budget, this situation can be turned around, as the budgets hold the business owner accountable. A budget acts as an accountability tool. Should you be in this shoe? Well, we are here to help you, and we are on a mission to help you turn things around. Hi, my name is 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐭. I'm the Managing Director of Brendmo and 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 Accountants. We are accountants for business growth. Someone can say why? Because we partner with businesses, helping them to achieve their financial strength through top line growth and also the increase in their bottom line. We focus on 5 key areas of sound and sustainable business management. Area number 1, we focus on improving cash flows. Area number 2, we focus on reducing operational costs. Area number 3, we improve business processes and internal controls. Area number 4, we help in strategies for expansions and sustainability, e.g., from being a startup to being a corporate. Area number 5, we ensure business compliance. Back to today's business. Today, I'm going to simplify business budgeting and help you get started by end of this video. You are definitely going to get a clear understanding on where to start with your budget. As a registered chartered accountant, as well as the managing director of a growing accounting firm, today I'm going to show you how we create a budget for our firm as well as for our clients. For you not to miss out on our future videos on how you manage your business finances and how you manage your tax issues and grow your company, subscribe to this Business Hub channel. Okay, let's jump right into it. Let me be honest with you, it really hurts me to the core to see business owners build very successful businesses, pay their employees and suppliers, but aren't even able to pay themselves what they deserve or even what they are worth. Sometimes, worse still, these businesses are not even able to pay expenses like employees' rent or even their debt repayments. Some business end up closing shop as a result of this. Trust me, I've seen it, I'm seeing it, and would not want the pattern to repeat. I know some of you are like, oh no, budgets, it's a time waster. I know what's in my business, and I know what's in my business account or bank account, and I know what we need, and all is tagged in my mind. Wait a minute, come tax time, this turned out to be more than I have to pay what? You are kidding me. I don't have such money. Make a plan. Where do I get that? Please reduce that. Some of them will be like in their mind, I really need accountants who's gonna help me to not to pay tax. Emotions rises and you probably like, I'm bleeding money, hey? I'm making money, but it's not there in my account. I can't keep up with the rising costs. Do you know that it's easy to overlook your accounting until things get really bad? And they will, if the most fundamental part of managing your business finances is ignored. My goal today is to prevent you from dealing with these headaches in future. I tell you, they aren't funny and they are very stressful. A business budget is the most fundamental part of managing your business finances. You need to set a budget, you need to track it, and you need to actually measure it against your actual results every single month. You need to know what went right and what went wrong. You should be looking at this every single month. With all that said and done, let's break down the small business budgeting to its root and get you squared away to work on your budget. Let's start by defining what is a budget. A budget is a financial plan to utilize the resources derived from your sales. Did you hear sales? Yes, your sales are very important because every good budget should start with sales projection. Thereafter, you now need to determine what expenses are required to operate my business successfully for me to get these sales projections. Do you know that setting limits to your expenditure ensures that your business is profitable? That's what a budget is, and that's what it does for you and for your business. But why are budgets important to small business especially? There are a lot of reasons. Reason number one, a budget guarantees you profitability. Like I said before, if you set a budget and follow it, there is no way that your business will not be profitable. You should budget your desired profit margin. Yes, if everything goes according to plan, you'll be running a profitable business. Reason number two, a budget prevents the mismanagement of incoming funds or of your sales. A budget forces you to prioritize the expenses, both operating and capital expenditure. For example, if you are to grow too quickly, I hope everyone to grow too quickly, right? Do you know that there is actually a risk of overspending or spending too much on advertising? Think of it this way. When you hear about Google ads, you invest. When you hear about Facebook ads, you invest. Business coaching seminar, you are actually there trying to grow your business. You are there and you are actually putting money in all those advertising channels. If you have a budget and you communicate that budget to business development team or your marketing team and agree on not exceeding a certain amount or a certain threshold for that marketing expenditure, you don't run the risk of overspending, because overspending is not sustainable as you actually end up spending yourself out of business. Remember, there are still other expenses that still need your attention apart from advertising. Just a thought. I wish the banks can actually develop something, a warning, and say, ding, 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 watch out, you're overspending, so that some of you will not overspend on those expenditures. Reason number three, a budget creates a plan. It's easy to log into your bank account and start spending if you know that there is money there. This is not sustainable as your business grows. You can spend yourself out of business or not even able to pay taxes later. Then you would have to deal with SARS issues and risk your business being shut down. I like what 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐞𝐻 said. He rightly said every dollar or rand should have a destination in your business. A good budget will assign value to each destination in your business, which you ultimately have a control over. Okay, let's look at this practically. Let's say you plan to make 5 million sales for a year. A good budget will take that sales number and say 10% on marketing, 40% on employees' salaries, 10% on improving processes and tools and softwares. That's key. It shows that you are actually ready for the growth. And also 10% on rent. Then boom, you are shooting for a 30% margin. After these expenses, whether you make 700,000 or 500,000, your budget will spit out things that you can and you can't do. Trust me, at any given point, you remain profitable. Okay, where do I start can be your question. Step number one, you need to determine your business growth goals. This should come from your business strategic plan. That's a topic for another day. Someone will be like, strategic plan? Okay. The questions you should answer right now are you looking to increase your sales? What accompanying expenses are needed to accomplish that increase in sales? Your business goals should be in the top of your mind when creating a budget. Knowing this will help you determine how much to allocate to certain expenses. Step number two, you need to forecast your sales. All budgets, they start with sales forecasts. You'll be like, in the next 12 months, how are you anticipating your sales to be? There are simple and sophisticated ways of doing this depending on the size of your business. And don't worry, you don't have to whip out a complicated spreadsheet for this. I admit there are some simple ways to do this and also some sophisticated ways. But for you, I'm going to give you a simplest way to get started with your budget. If you are a startup, you probably don't have nothing. You have to probably guesstimate yourselves. And based on that, you need to look at your industry and look at your marketing plans, your sales channels that you actually need to invest and the associated returns with that, and estimate your growth from there. If you are already in business, then this process becomes very simple. A conservative way to project yourselves is to look at your sales numbers from prior years and compute the growth rate. You need to determine how much on average you are growing from year to year. Once you know this, then you can apply the same percentage, the same growth percentage rate to your sales for you to actually arrive at your current year sales projection. Obviously, don't just have suck. You need to take into account some factors, e.g. COVID effects in your industry, right? Step number 3, you need to allocate a percentage to each of your expenses. Once you have your projected sales, you can start now assigning a destination for those funds. Think of the major expenses categories in your business. For example, salaries are key, right? Rental is key, accounting fees, advertising, technology, and so on and so forth. You need to assign a percentage rate or allocation based on what you expect to spend. Let's say you are projecting. You can also look in your industry to determine general expense categories and profit margin, right? For you to get a feel of your profit margin. Bear in mind, to get this information, you might have to pay to get correct information from your that relates to your industry. Or you can actually come to accounting firms like Brendmo that can help you find that necessary information or actually do the budget for you. Anyways, the biggest thing here is to carefully consider all expense categories in your business and assign a reasonable allocation percentage to it. Big tip to business owners: be sure to account for your own salary in your budget. Yes, your actual salary should be accounted for. Look at it this way: should you employ someone to do what you are doing today? That can be two or three people, right? How much are you going to pay them? This gives you a perspective or an indication, because many times business owners do not budget for that. When it comes time now to find someone to replace you, boom, you are making losses all of a sudden. Yes, because you underestimated your salary or your cost before. This is especially important for new businesses. Trust me, I made that mistake of not budgeting my own salaries when we started. I actually thought we were very profitable. Later on, when I had to hire a manager, a senior person to replace my work in the company, it was very challenging to keep up with that cost, because I never budgeted for that cost of the actual work that I was performing in the organization. By budgeting your own salary, you can plan to replace yourself in the event that maybe you need to work on something else, or you need your business to run without you, or you actually need to focus on something else within your business. Budget can hold you and your team accountable. Remember, you don't need a fancy template like what I said to do all this. You just need the basic multiplication and division. Now, let's summarize this video. Today, we started off by defining what a budget is. Remember, I said a budget is a simple financial plan to utilize the resources derived from the sales. Then I spoke about the importance of budgeting. First and foremost, not having it will lead to issues in your business or issues with SARS later on, because you wouldn't have even budgeted for your tax expenses. If you are managing your business finances incorrectly, this will be an issue. You have an issue with SARS. This aside, budget also helps you to remain profitable. It prevents the mismanagement of funds and overspending, and it assigns a place for every single rand or dollar that comes into your business. That's it for today, folks. I truly hope you enjoyed the material in this video? If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe or comment. Are you doing a budget in your business? Thank you. See you soon. Bye.